Oh, this is convenient having my whole PC up. I
Right,
can
ain't
keep
it?
up all the messages.
Like I could
Hell
be
yeah.
completely fucking naked and you niggas wouldn't know.
Oh, you already are naked. I already know that.
No, not completely.
I would like to not know that you're naked
My
doing
dick is
this.
out.
Too late.
Bro, come
Too
on,
late,
man.
My dick is out and I'm sitting in the chair you sit in.
What's nudity between friends?
Why, man? Like,
Gonna
Out of
have,
necessity, man.
gonna have a greasy stool when you come back
Right.
in next week.
Bitch finna be schlick, nigga.
we made it out the trenches, man. I thought we made it out the trenches, fam.
Nah, man, we still in them bitches, but we are back with another week of this podcast, man. Doing shit a little bit different. Everything
Yeah.
Discord.
Modern day.
So if the audio quality sounds a little different, please go to Twitter and tweet at Super Cobra, since he is currently out in Texas, niggering it up,
Oh, okay. So,
spreading the word.
He
Well,
just
we-
said that he had to have some of that barbecue. Just some of that barbecue.
not gonna lie, man. Like, I had some tacos, man. That shit was fire.
Which kind?
Like, straight up, like pure Mexican, unadulterated tacos. Shit's wild.
We got that shit here, man. It's called a chalupa at Taco Bell.
Yeah, man.
Maybe a nigga don't want that stepped on shit. Maybe a nigga want that pure.
Oh, look at him. This nigga done got bougie now. He had him one time.
I'm not even bougie.
It's a whole
Like-
different nigga.
You know how easy it is for me to get birria tacos out here, my nigga? Back home, we only got one place.
One. Exactly one.
I gotta go to Mexigrill, my nigga. Like, that shit might be stepped on. Like,
How many taco trucks you seen so far?
a lot. You know, like every other corner, like, you can find, like, a taco truck somewhere. Like, I went to, like, the first one that I tried to go to, it was no line. I'm like, alright, cool. And it's like, oh, yeah, we don't take card. I'm like, just straight cash. I'm like, fuck.
I was about to ask, do they only take fucking cash? Yeah, man. That's how you know you got the real shit.
But, like, I found a place called Chile's, and they serve, like, tacos and stuff. Like, you know, menus completely in Spanish, but, you know, taco is taco in Spanish, so it
It's
works.
fucking goddamn Russian roulette, or I guess taco roulette.
But I had to kind of guess when they were calling the order. I was like, all right, I need to listen out for a Ocho somewhere in that number.
Dent Ocho Cinco.
Well, we managed to get it. So
Alright. Good shit.
All right.
Good shit. Alright.
get up.
So before we run through our late ass introductions as is tradition, we have fucking merch. Whoa!
Yes.
Air horns.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Moving up in the world.
Air horns
Yep.
and shit.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
It'll take you to the Teespring. Right now, it's just summer shit. So it's like t-shirts, tank tops, leggings, biking shorts, shit like that. Hoodies, all that shit is coming. Apparel also probably coming too. Just
Get up.
gotta wait for the right season, man.
Oh, yeah.
There will also be other designs. Like the logo that I put out there was like the base model logo.
Yeah, man. You know, it's the logo that you've come to love and know, like, from the show.
Easily the most recognizable one we fucking have. So good shit on that, man. Go out there, get you some merch, support the niggas.
Hell yeah, man.
Keep bringing you that shit. That good
Yeah,
shit.
can't podcast if you broke.
But I am the host with something close to the most. Smoke Joe Star, aka Smoke Man Joe, aka Light Medium Heavy S Jump Cancel Light Medium Jump Cancel Light Medium Heavy S.
What
Careful,
character
Joe's
he's
nasty.
playing as? Like, what character are you for that combo?
That's like the base combo in Marvel, bro. Everybody can do that.
There.
It's like the combo, fam.
You can execute that with a Dreamcast controller, and trust me, that means something.
The Project Justice days, nigga. I'm built different.
Woo!
but my other hosts, my other Negroes.
Johnny normally goes second.
I was gonna say it's kind of different when you can't make eye contact. What up, everybody? Atheist Alcoholic. That's what I go by. You can find me on Twitter, Atheist Alcohol 2, aka Mr. Ray is the best Sailor Scout. Don't at me. Fucking.
They're gonna at you, my nigga.
I'm gonna at you right now, nigga.
Fucking. I dare you. Triple dog dare you.
Okay.
You know you want that attitude.
I got you. Don't worry about it.
You want that attitude and you know her pussy is fire.
This nigga, I knew he was gonna make a joke somewhere. I just didn't know which sexual action it was gonna be.
You really didn't have to go there. Are they
sitting on that for a week, my nigga? You know how many nights I stayed up? You have no idea.
Like, what's the rule with that? Because like Sailor Scouts are they even legal? But then again, if you're like 12 watching the shit, and then you grow up, but you still kind of fucking with the vibes, like, does it make you weird?
I was about to say, aren't they technically our age if everything kept up with the real world time? Because they were like,
I'm gonna say,
15
come on now,
and 16 in the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, like, what the fuck am I gonna have to do? Like,
I mean, they're older than us.
Yeah, they are older than us. I'm going for that MILF.
Right, those niggas are MILF age now.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
need
Delectable.
that nigga. Best believe I'm gonna get my squirt.
But if not, I'll take a lace and not any day.
I feel like if Dent was here, that would have been the point where he got up and walked away.
That's okay.
Got me with that, but you know, we'll find out. We'll be back in person next week.
Yeah.
I gotta hit him with some bullshit next week.
All right, so I'm nigger number 3, DJ Cobra, also known as Super Cobra, literally everywhere else except for PSN because I'm too lazy to change it to Super Cobra.
Oh my god.
And you know, I'm actually an hour behind the niggas. Like, you know, pods start at 8:30, but it's actually 7:30 for me. So that shit crazy.
Oh fuck, time zones.
I'm a time traveler. That's right, guys. Shit crazy.
Yeah, man. Follow the entire podcast at Podcast Plague on Twitter. Update.
Like, follow us. Like, I mean, I don't tweet worth a damn anymore. Like, I just tweet about games and shit.
Well,
But follow me anyway.
memes and current events. But without further promotion, spicy ass week this week in the world in general.
Absolutely.
Waiting for one of these kind of weeks, brother.
The first thing I want to talk about is Vietnam 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Oh yeah.
Pullout game is weak.
Pullout game is weak as a bitch.
Pullout game disastrous. Literally.
It's like, this shit is ridiculous. I hope the world can see what's going on, cause it's really getting ridiculous out here.
When you're in there for 20 years
And you ain't got shit to show for
Nothing.
it.
ain't got shit.
Not a
Except
damn
that.
thing.
So
They be making fun of them OnlyFans niggas. Like, nah, man. This is
God. Hold
This
on.
is
You're melding our topics together. Like we gotta space that
I
out.
understand. It's called foreshadowing, my friend.
it's like, we'll get to that shit. But,
Yeah.
after a 20-year-long, I don't even want to call it a war at this point. I'm gonna just say occupation, skirmish.
Yeah. Skirmish.
The U.S. has officially pulled out of Afghanistan. Now, that wouldn't be too bad of a thing to do if we had actually done anything at all.
Maybe some building, maybe some fucking infrastructure. I don't
Some
know.
resources. like
Something.
like literally nothing to show for this shit. 20 years just chilling over there, Afghanistan, killing insurgents and shit, and then getting our people killed and shit for nothing.
Because, like, quite literally, the day after we withdrew, the president stepped down and basically signed over control of the government to the niggas we were fighting.
It went
Like, the
right back.
Taliban
Funding, by the
effectively,
way, and funding.
the Taliban effectively runs Afghanistan.
Congratulations, you
They got
won
Twitter
nothing.
accounts. That's like what's killing me. I'm like, y'all niggas got Wi-Fi?
Yes, cave Wi-Fi.
Like-
That shit goated.
Like that shit crazy. Like I want to know like who's their service provider like to give them signal out there.
AT&T. The A is for Allah.
Yeah.
I would have probably got up there.
That was good. I like that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I try. But
Yeah, man.
like not only that, but we left our ball on the court. Like niggas effectively have all of the fucking equipment that we've used while we were over there. Niggas doing regular show donuts and Black Hawks. Niggas got all the fucking drone controls and shit that we left over there for
fucking
strikes.
all of our
Some
tanks,
guns and shit. Like
all of our fucking like Jeeps, all that shit.
like us leaving might have been the best fucking thing that happened to them niggas. Like it's all types of shit that they have. Like we see them working out at a gym, like fucking Planet Fitness over there. All type of Uzis and AKs and shit. Like they didn't even think to try to do like a controlled burn or detonation or nothing. Niggas just left a gun
Just
over
said,
there.
Nope. Just
And
nope.
just said, we out.
And the Afghan military said, "Fuck that.
Thanks.
We are ain't no way, ain't no fucking way.
Right.
We about to come
This
around
is
here."
so fucked up. The movie that's going on in the background is it helping the subject matter? Have you, either one of y'all ever seen Not Without My Daughter with Sally Field?
No.
Nah.
Super
Who the fuck
quick
is Sally
synopsis. Sally Field, she was the wife in Mrs. Doubtfire. But the movie Not Without My Daughter is literally a biopic about like this lady who married an Iranian doctor, and then he finesses her and their daughter to go move out in Iran. And as soon as they step out of Iran, the nigga turned controlling and abusive. And it's like she had to wear all the hijabs and shit. She was not prepared for that. Like she basically had to like stay out there. And it's just literally like enough with J-Lo, but in hijab. Like that shit's fucking terrible. But yeah. And then just having this on in the background, like seeing Sally Field get mollywopped by Alfred Molina in '91. While we talking about Afghanistan, that shit wild.
Oh my god. That's pretty fucking OD.
Absolutely.
The amount of foresight that this group has is just astounding.
Oh, yeah.
But again,
We
we will get to more on that later.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Got a lot to talk about.
But
Yeah.
like niggas over there in Afghanistan basically stumbled upon a Chuck E. Cheese after we left, and they've just been turned. Sitting niggas out there crip walking the fucking "In My Feelings" by Drake.
Yeah.
PR team doing double time for them niggas, cause like they're trying to make them look like, yeah, we want to make Afghanistan a place where everybody can be free and live the way we want to.
They unironically were like, they unironically were just like, fucking yeah. We'll let women have rights.
Barely.
Psych.
Them niggas lying like fuck. They're like, no man, yeah man, women gonna have all type of rights, bro. Don't even worry about it. Like we good over here. That they play like
They were
start
fucking
playing
whitewashing women off of the goddamn billboards. Like they can't even show them on like makeup commercials and shit. Like,
And then you just hear "Fuck 'Em" by Rick Ross start playing in the background.
like, and the PR is going crazy, man. They're playing like new Pop Smoke that never even came out and shit. Out here popping wheelies.
Niggas out there woo walking for Vishnu and shit, bro. It's wild out there.
It's very nasty work, just all around.
But I mean, that's basically what we've done. It's like, say we gonna do one thing, and then just completely act like we never said that shit in the first place.
Like there was no clear mission. It's just like, all right, we're gonna go out there, install democracy, and teach them how to defend themselves.
Nah, none of that. JK.
Yeah, because they got ran out. Niggas got killed immediately as soon as America left. Like it's just so.
Oh,
20
they
years
go,
wasted.
it's like when your parents leave the house and you go downstairs to the big screen TV, butt ass naked, and just start clobbering your shit. Like as soon as they leave the door, as soon as they leave the driveway.
It's like you know you wait a little bit just to make sure they ain't forgetting, and then just
and then
And then you pull up the porn on the big TV.
God damn that
dick in hand on the couch, looking up.
muff looks huge.
Like you see, like you just looking at all the BET uncut videos and all the Pinky videos back in the day.
Oh my!
When she was in shape. Shit.
My childhood, man. Or my teenage years around there. I say I wasn't a child.
Yeah, her and
I didn't
fucking
even
Jada
think about
Fire.
that. Once my parents gave me the desktop, it was over. I had a desktop in my room in high school. Like I want to say junior, senior year. That was probably the worst idea.
That nigga rich. They got
I know, right?
all the porn, all the
I had
porn.
I had to share my fucking home PC and fucking two brothers and two sisters. You know how hard it is to try and do that and have a mom and dad around?
Right. Because like
I made it happen though.
We had our shit downstairs, but like my parents thankfully were like technologically illiterate. Like nigga, I literally installed and set up our computer. So like I knew every fucking thing to get rid of the evidence.
What?
That shit was godlike, dude. But
It was a different time, brother.
yeah, man. But yeah, we wasted our fucking time in Afghanistan.
Yep.
Is the summation of that shit. Like we wasted our time. We gave the niggas new toys to reverse engineer and wild out. We didn't. We walked away with nothing. It's like, hey, we're gonna go over there and establish democracy. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Not doing any of that shit.
They call it the graveyard of empires for a reason. Ain't nobody. They are like 100 and whatever the fuck and they're like the fucking Warriors from 2016. They just you can't touch these niggas. These niggas are undefeated.
Because they're like they might just be holy warriors, man. Because like I don't want to go into a fucking history lesson, but like the Pushtar warriors, nobody has ever taken over like this one pass that sits in between Afghanistan and Saudi Arabia. It's not the Silk Road, but it's another like canyon pass, and they've been there for generations, and that's essentially dominoed into the current fucking conflict. But like nobody has beaten them niggas in centuries.
And it's like it's the place with all the resources that the modern world wants.
Yep.
So it's like there's not somebody's gonna try and come up in there again. Like China and Russia is already behind the scenes making deals with the Taliban. I guarantee you. And we can't even get our fucking. They shut down the fucking flights this morning. I don't know if y'all saw this, but this morning they actually shut down the flights for like 8 hours. And like, I don't know if y'all seen any of the images from like when it first shut down, but y'all ever see that image of the Afghans that were hanging on to like that Air Force plane?
Yeah.
And like as soon as it takes off, motherfuckers were hanging on the wheels, and like the wheels retracted, and motherfuckers were falling off the plane because they were hanging on to it for so long while it was taking off. And like that's how serious this shit is. Yeah. Like motherfucking like they got women reporters for CNN on the ground trying to do their stories, and like Taliban soldiers are just like, get the fuck out of here. You know, get the fuck out of the way. You're a woman. Like literally, translation.
Get out of here, idiot.
Fucking vagina.
Stupid.
The fuck out
We
of
don't
here.
need to get the fuck. Oh, God damn.
Stupid dumb chromosomes.
So I just looked up, like literally, the lady in the movie. Like the house got bombed.
Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, man. I mean, it would not be nearly as bad if there was just like right now we got a media that is like for the last 2 decades have been just fervent about how we need to pull out of Afghanistan. We need to pull out of Afghanistan. We need to pull out of Afghanistan. And over the last since Biden announced the withdrawal, all I've seen is just, why are we pulling out of Afghanistan like this?
Yeah.
You know,
I'm like, bro, y'all got exactly what y'all been asking for 20 years.
What the fuck did you think was gonna happen? This shit was not gonna be. It was not gonna be smooth. And by the way, all these fucks who are out there tweeting Trump was right. Fucking Trump was the one that said that he wanted to pull out of Afghanistan since 2012.
Yep.
And
He had a date set in place. Like, if he would have stuck to his guns, if he was still in office, he would have pulled him out by May.
He pussied out. He pussied out, and then he fucking and then just passed it down because I think he knew that shit was gonna go sideways when it comes to the withdrawal. So he's just like, he's a selfish son of a bitch. So he ain't gonna fucking try and pull people out when he knows it's gonna hurt his image. Biden's actually doing it, and it's hurting his image. But with that being said, motherfucker, you could have started pulling out people before your announcement, getting people out of there and doing shit. Like, it's just fucked all around. It's just fucked all around, really.
Yeah. And like the right's definitely gonna use that, like when campaigning against him, like when it's like re-election time.
Oh yeah,
that shit's coming up like 24/7. Like this might be his Benghazi, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. He's like they're already doing it. Like they're just like, we'll see what happens when he's in charge. He's a weak commander in chief. He should be impeached and all.
In all actuality, it was gonna blow up on whoever fucking did it.
Exactly.
That's just like the way it goes.
Yeah, there was no real sensible way of doing this without any sort of chaos. I mean, like, you got mothers handing their babies over to soldiers, like, just save the kids and all that. Like, I mean, we got people getting trampled. We got apparently some reports are saying the Taliban is beating up on some of the fucking people there. Like, they say, I think the deadline is August 31st. They said that they want all American and like Afghan related folks who have been helping us. They want them all out, and we're running out of places to even like send them. They had to go. They're opening up an airport in Germany right now to try and send some of the Afghani refugees and some of these American diplomats, NGOs, and all this other stuff to get them out of there. But if like we can't find places for them to go after the 31st, it's gonna be scary because we don't know what the fuck the Taliban's gonna do. We don't know if they're gonna negotiate because they are the government now. That's it.
Yeah.
The Taliban is the government. So we spent 20 years chasing them down, funding them because they're an enemy to ISIS, but fucking paying them, chasing them down, killing them, and all this other shit. And now we're gonna have to go into like straight up negotiations with them at the table. I don't imagine that going too well. I really don't.
At fucking all.
I really don't.
I mean, this shit was a proxy war from the beginning, man. I think anybody with like half a brain knew that shit.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I had no idea.
it was shut up, man. Shut the fuck up, dude. But yeah, like sorry that all the families that lost children over this shit, and families for fuck all.
Right.
Literally.
It's like literally, people that have died, like veterans that got, murdered out there, blown up, shot, like accidents, like all that shit for nothing.
Like we were in high school or like middle school when fucking 9/11 happened. When we graduated, we got fucking people in our generation that were our classmates that went over to fight in this war. Like, there are people that are our age that are fucking, like, that spent time over there in multiple tours. Probably were still over there when the announcement was to withdraw. Like, what the fuck have we been fighting for 20 years? I mean, what the fuck did we get out of it? Nothing.
Yes.
Nothing. We got Osama bin Laden, yay. But fucking,
Other than that, which I mean, still didn't really amount to shit because Taliban still existed.
Yeah, I mean, like, you get some people talking about how, like, I mean, there's been some progress. I mean, like, they had universities where more women were studying and, like, the literacy rate was going up for people over there. But, I mean, really, when you think about the entire time that we've been over there and all the shit that's gone down, a literacy rate going up is not enough to justify the $2 trillion that we spent over the $1 to $2 trillion that we spent over there. So, yeah, fucked. That's about it. All the way you can describe it. fucked.
Yes, sir. All
Easy.
right. Fucking moving on to the what?
No, just like, okay, cool. Well,
I mean, that's
I mean,
there's nothing
yeah,
else
yeah.
to really
You saying
fucking say about
like
this shit.
it ain't shit we can do about it.
Right.
yeah,
Like,
it's just all right.
Sorry, thoughts and prayers, bitch ass nigga. But that's really
And-
about it, man.
And now for something different.
Different and not really fucking different at all because you niggas, boy. So OnlyFans made the official announcement that they were going to stop. They were going to quote unquote prohibit the posting of sexually explicit content on their site. And
Real quick,
What up?
I heard a rumor. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but I heard a rumor that it was only supposed to be for their mobile apps and things. Is this supposed to be for their whole website or the mobile?
That is a company issue.
That's the terms and service.
That's
Like,
TOS.
Okay, all right. I was just making sure because I just saw like a random tweet from somebody that said that, so I just wanted to run it by y'all first.
People are clinging to any little bit of hope that they can find. So like, okay, so let's just start from the beginning. So OnlyFans, as you know, is virtually a porn site. It didn't always start that way. Like when it was started in 2013, it was meant to be basically it was meant to replace Patreon. So like if you wanted to support like a local artist or a local musician or something like that, you could pay for their content. Or if you wanted to drop like a secret album or something, you know, people could pay for it and get it. And then,
Right.
you know, sex workers and sex performers started coming to the platform and basically doing, you know, the same thing. It's like, okay, well, you know, here's my shit. Pay me to subscribe to it. You know, fast forward 8 years later, that's literally what the platform is. That is what OnlyFans is known for. That is what built OnlyFans up to its current standing.
yep.
Now, you have a group that I told you guys about called Exodus Cry. Exodus Cry is a puritanical extremist group. They do not want displays of sex on any platform in any capacity. These are the people that basically brought Pornhub to its knees a few years ago. That changed.
Yes.
It was like, well, now, you know, you can't really post your content here unless you're a verified creator. So, you know, you don't really get a lot of random videos because they had the whole thing with the child pornography back then because they weren't really vetting the videos that came to the site.
We called it.
Yeah.
I'm just putting that out there. We
Right.
called it.
So that's when Q Exodus Cry. So they have really big backing by people that work in high positions at MasterCard, Visa, Amex, you know, basically anything that could subsidize and turn profits and do payouts and shit. So
Yes.
they linked up with them, got Pornhub to change their entire policy. And now, if they can bring the name in porn down, anything is possible. OnlyFans
like,
is
Pornhub
just the
is-
first step. Like, I need people to understand that shit. Yes, the OnlyFans thing sucks for sex workers, but this is the first step. Because they started at Pornhub, and if they can work Pornhub over, they can work any site over. So moving to a different site really is just prolonging the inevitable at this point. And I hate to say it because that is how some people make their living. But
Yeah.
you know,
Ultimately, another site will blow up. It's a power vacuum because it was like that with Patreon, but Patreon moved away from that.
Yep.
And then
It's tough.
like OnlyFans, well, basically Patreon and Tumblr were kind of like the proto like beginning for a lot of that lewd content. And then both of those like domains and sites moved away from that content. So there's a vacuum open. In comes OnlyFans, and then OnlyFans blows the fuck up. It becomes known as like the place to go if you're trying to make money off of like your lewd content. And you know, now that like was it Exodus Cry? Yeah, Exodus cried and like put the hammer down. Now OnlyFans is moving away from that, so it'll be yet another site where the sex workers and posters move to, and then it will be yet another, like just coming down of like another site. It's gonna be cyclical at this point.
Yeah, ManyVids is coming up next. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
ManyVids is probably the next one because if you follow any of the girls, like they'll have their Twitter to post their stuff, and it's usually the two biggest ones I always see is OnlyFans and ManyVids. And yeah, and a lot of girls are verified, and what it is that they'll take. Like with Pornhub, they removed all the unverified content.
Right.
That's why my videos got taken down.
Right.
Yeah.
And fucking now the ManyVids, what it's gonna be is that they're going to make it so that only verified people will come in, and they're going to start making extra hoops and loops that you got to go through in order to post your content, which is going to affect these girls because these systems are not good at filtering things.
No.
You'll have somebody that'll be just like solo masturbation or something, and they'll take it down saying that there was somebody in the video that didn't consent or something like that, and it's just a solo video. And so like
Sounds like dog whistling, like for just various stuff, like finding shit to just get people to take their videos down. Like it's gonna be some real nasty work when it comes to like the sex workers and performers.
yeah, they're not going to have I mean, it's going to be a lot of loops and holes, and it's going to affect, I guarantee you it's going to affect pricing.
Oh, yeah,
which means it's going to affect
Easily.
how much the girls are going to be able to bring in, which ultimately will affect how much content is produced. And like I always talk about, like I always encourage people to try and support the artist because, you know, if you want porn to stay around, you gotta help fund the fucks eventually.
Right.
You know, you gotta help fund them eventually. So like, you know, I don't know what to tell you. Like the fact that they have these connections with MasterCard and everything, these companies aren't going to go and build like a division where they're going to have people verifying every single upload and shit. They'll rather just be like, make a general algorithm, some automatic program to automatically ban things, just like YouTube does now. And we see how fucked it goes over on YouTube. So I don't know. Like, I don't know how this is gonna end, but it won't be pretty. Won't be pretty.
Not at all, man. And like you said earlier, dude, it's just gonna spill over because I'm like, now they've taken down the two titans of sex work. Like, they've gotten Pornhub, they've gotten OnlyFans. Pretty soon it's gonna trickle down to, like you said, ManyVids, Cam Soda, and eventually to like even more private and personal things like Snapchat, Dropbox, like
Chatterbait.
unfortunately, like the sky's the limit. Now I don't think it's gonna go to you know, things that are specifically designed for sex, because like Chatterbait and some of the other sites usually are pretty good about vetting what's on their sites. Usually it's more so like sites that weren't really designed for porn and sex workers that kind of evolved into sites for porn and sex workers. It's like I said, OnlyFans initially was not designed for porn, but
Sure.
That's literally what blew the platform up and made them billions of dollars, and they were on track to double that for next year. And now, basically, like, you've been crippled by this fucking puritanical, and I'm gonna make the astute assumption to say sexless group of people that doesn't want people to enjoy shit. So
I think that's a safe assumption.
yeah.
Oh god.
So it feels like really anything involving like payments, like pretty much that's gonna be under lock and key, like or under like watch from this group.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, pretty much.
Even with the new statement that OnlyFans put out, it's like, you know, you could still do like nude, like things with artistic repute, like nude modeling or nude painting or scientific, or I'm sorry, not scientific, but anatomical exhibitionist nudity is fine. It's like if you have something like a breastfeeding tutorial, or you're teaching somebody what like a busted vein in your areola looks like, shit like that is fine. But like sexually explicit content, which is porn.
Yeah,
anything under the umbrella of sexual fantasy, like that's dead.
Right, like that's fucking dead. And it's crazy because like a lot of people, like I said before, that was their string of income. But I'm hoping people had a backup plan in the first place, because like unless like real shit, unless when you're doing porn or sex work, unless you are at the top of the 1% of your niche, or you are a contracted worker, that's not a sustainable source of income. Just like the streaming shit, man. Like all of us stream or have streamed at some point. That's a side hustle for us. Like I'm not at a position right now, even with all my fans, love y'all, with my stream, to like stop working or stop making investments. Like that's just not a safe bet. So like I hope, and I would assume, since these are adults, that they have some type of backup plan, man. Because like it's about to get really fucking wild.
Yeah,
it really is.
And it's just like out of left field too, because like these things always just come out of the blue.
Yeah.
With it, like, because like we said, if you're not in like that top 1% of the 1%, you're more than likely not making the kind of money. Because a lot of the girls on like OnlyFans who are of that ilk, a lot of them are like influencers. Like they have Instagrams, and they
make their money off of promoting other like OnlyFans girls.
Precisely.
It's kind of like they parlay their big following into making money off of being an advertising agency instead.
Exactly. So. And a lot of those girls, like you said, make a lot of their money off of promotions and all that. They don't actually even do like porn. They might just do like a photo shoot where they just have their tits out. And those girls, I think they're going to be fine, because they're going to always have their side thing. But the ones that were actually selling the porn, like actually making porn to sell porn, they're going to be suffering. And the non-internet porn industry, unless you're like Brazzers or Bang Bros, you're more than likely not going to be getting into that circle, because they are very exclusive themselves. They don't and they still like sell DVDs and shit. Like, I mean, the days and age where like a porn star had to make sales off of like magazine appearances, DVDs, and things of that nature, that is just about all dried up. I can't even remember the last time I actually seen a porn DVD of something like new.
Like nobody, like the physical media is still there, but nobody consumes it at a high enough rate for it to be really profitable.
True. Yeah, I don't even know if when the last time I saw a DVD player, honestly, now that I think about it.
Yeah, like it's like I said, man, like power of the internet, big dog. But,
yeah, brother.
To all the OnlyFans men and women, I hate it for y'all, man.
Good luck to y'all, man.
I'm sure y'all will bounce back. We hope that y'all will bounce back.
Yes.
Nobody goes into like debt or dies because of this shit, because you used your OnlyFans money to afford your insulin or some shit. Like I hope that's not the case.
Which is an actual. I mean, some of these people are actually on OnlyFans to help pay for bills and like student loans and shit. So that's not just a joke. That's legit.
Real. That's reality. That is a real statement.
For you,
legalized prostitution.
It might be a good time, but for me, it's what I call life. Listen. What you know, hungry. And the only way to feed him is to sleep with a man with a little bit of money.
That nigga out there eating dried paint chips and drinking tears, nigga.
Yeah.
That's
you eat just raw ramen noodle.
Mom,
like
what's
not
for dinner?
Even cooked.
Mom, what's for dinner? Sleep.
Hopes and dreams.
We got chicken salt pack. That's for you. There you go. Eat that.
That's like
You're
salt
good.
tablet. Throw some pepper on it. Bitch ass nigga.
Spicy.
Good luck.
But we oh my god. So the final topic, probably the one that'll take up the most time.
This is a deep one.
Niggas in the anime community being weirdos, but a little bit
Surprise.
extra weirdos on this one. So extra indeed. We had to bring in troops because we're an official podcast now. I got one of my other friends who's coming a little bit later. Shut-Eye the Creative. Go follow his shit on Instagram and Twitter. And one of my other niggas that's actually here now, Noodle Soup. Go follow that nigga on Instagram and Twitter. We had to bring in backup for all the bullshit that's going on. So for niggas, just gotta go through this shit real quick. So a couple of days ago, user content creator heavenLyc0ntr0L got accused of, essentially sexually assaulting one of his former fans.
What a shock!
She posted basically a twit longer detailing the situation. Is like she was 19 at the time. Their relationship was, flirtatious, but at a friend level, and nothing serious ever fucking popped off. She also posted chat logs before and after the altercation, videos like basically corroborating where she was, other people's POVs of the fucking situation, and the nigga, of course, comes out and says, yeah, I've never done that, I would never do that. And I'm like, that's usually
a telltale sign,
the marker of somebody that has done it and or currently does it.
Guilty. That nigga's guilty.
That nigga is
I got the rope right here, nigga.
right. And we'll what up? That nigga's here. That's Noodle Soup.
What's up? Yeah, I was there. What's good?
What's up, bro?
Welcome to the Black Play podcast, man. You're the first guest ever. Actually, no, I'm the first guest. I just happened to turn into a member.
Fucking regular.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I know, right? Like they just like I was a guest at first, and it was just like just keep coming back.
I don't even remember what you guessed it for, but whatever, man.
It was like season 2. I had to go back and look at that shit.
Yeah.
Just a soft invite, just like, all right, let's see how this nigga does.
It wasn't even that, nigga. I was just like, hey, let's have some guests. I know a guy. We know a guy. Yeah, it's like, you know what? This is it. This is the trio. But
Thank you for having me.
So like what?
Yeah,
a year and a half?
yeah, like a fucking year and a half. Niggas like a stray cat just came in and fucking stayed.
It's literally Max. Literally Max at the house.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
But yeah. So basically, that's kind of where the situation stands. We'll probably post like just some shit is out there. Go to his Twitter if you want to see his videos and reactions. But as far as like he goes as a person, I told niggas like 3 years ago, this nigga is off.
Long Beach Griffy or heavenLyc0ntr0L?
No, heavenLyc0ntr0L. Because like I was going to talk about the situation and then talk about Long Bitch Griffy.
Okay.
But yeah.
Hold on, I can't.
It's Long Bitch Griffy.
What was it? Who's your friend again?
Noodle Soup, Akil.
Noodle Soup. I can't hear.
He's coming in muffled.
Yeah.
Oh, am I? Is that better?
Yeah,
It's a lot better.
Yeah, a lot better.
Much better.
But yeah, like I told niggas 3 fucking years ago, man. Like, dude's weird. Like the nigga moves because there was a video of a girl on Twitter that she posted crying about her father being in the hospital, and this nigga commented under it, "Yo, I know this is off topic, but you kind of fucking cute."
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm
that
What
was
the
weird.
fuck?
Yeah, like that shit was like super off. I'm like, nigga, read the fucking room, you horny fuck.
And the
The whole
dude
time
was
I
like,
thought he was like completely like just a troll poster, so I didn't think he was anyone important until recently. And I was like, oh, he has some form of status.
Yeah,
yeah, like he just happened to run in groups that I guess got enough coverage. Because apparently, like, dude was like openly thirsting over Danielle Bregoli, the Cash Me Outside girl, in like 2017.
Yeah,
And, well, she
I saw that
turned,
recently.
she turned 18. What, like yesterday?
Yeah, pretty
like,
much.
Essentially.
I don't be knowing. Like, I had no idea who that motherfucker was till like the shit hit the fan.
Essentially,
I'm the
I
same
thought he
here.
was really just a troll. So I was like, okay. I
Right.
didn't know he had any status of any sort until literally it was all slipped away.
Right. Like,
And it's just it's I don't want to say like it's a sign of the community, because the community by and large is not like that, but it's really fucking prevalent, especially in those types of circles, because things like gaming and anime back when we were growing up were always, that's shit's for weird niggas. That's just how it was. But
Yeah.
Shit changes and like shit gets more inclusive and people get more involved with shit, and you have to accept that shit. That's what
And
we
a
wanted.
different kind of weird niggas start coming in.
Yeah, and then
Let's
you
say
get
it
these
that
niggas
way.
that like hyper fixate on shit and make their love for anime their whole fucking personality, and think that you can just do what the fuck ever you want to just because you have 400,000 subscribers.
Yeah, man.
like you got thousands of followers and subs and shit. You just think you untouchable. You think you Teflon. You think you Big Meech and shit. Like,
Nah.
and you're reminded very fast
Right. We gonna see.
once you step out of control.
We gonna see, nigga. And just like this, because this is the first time that this shit's happened, and like, I just find it odd that like the same group of niggas that claim that black women don't like you because you like anime, or there are no black anime nerds, when they come into contact with them, this is the shit that y'all pull. And it's very consistent, specifically with black anime fans. And I think it kind of goes back to, like I said, the clique mentality, because those niggas run in a circle and they will defend each other to the fucking death over any type of negative fucking accusation or any type of scrutiny that comes their way, because there are so few popular, and I mean popular like as in mainstream, black content creators. So they cling so desperately to these niggas that they'll basically like allow them to get away with fucking anything.
Oh yeah. I mean, popularity buys a lot more than a lot of people want to try and suggest. But it buys you the benefit of the doubt from blind witnesses. And yeah, I don't know. I pretty much have a policy that whenever like one of these things pop off, because unfortunately this pops off a lot in the nerd community. I mean, look at yeah, exactly. Like I mean,
Every
like look
summer
at
we get a new wave.
like it was the original COVID.
Yep.
Fucking like you have what's his name, Dan from Game Grumps. I mean, you got I mean it goes in all kinds of circles, even like online lefty circles. Now we got like Prime Keys out here getting accused of shit. I mean, it's something about the online like popularity seems to attract
Fucking
these kind of motherfuckers. Yeah, sickos who happen to be able to be just charismatic enough to attract the nerd community, but they are always seemingly having some sort of creepy fucking behavior to them, like underneath. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, cause last year, what was it? Last summer it was the Smash Bros community, and
Last year.
We was on their ass
Yeah.
throughout last summer.
like we was cooking them niggas the fuck up.
Oh, that was a whole expose. There was like 6 or 7 motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like we was like, well,
And-
we was waiting like a year for Senpai to say something. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a solid year.
It was a whole
It
last year.
changed. I mean, it was some change too.
like it was some time before like we got answers.
And I honestly feel like this is going that way because now it's you got Heavenly, and then you got Long Beach Griffy defending them, and then there's another nigga, I McKinnon. I didn't even know who the fuck that nigga is to begin with.
I think
But
some of his stuff, but I didn't know, like, I didn't really know any of this until the whole Griffey started caping for everyone.
yeah, and like that's really like where the shit started, because a lot of folks didn't know who the fuck either of them niggas were, and I'm like, well, that's probably for the best, because you know that means you never really supported them niggas. But I mean, I feel like there's another storm coming, basically, because it started out with just one woman, and then another woman came forward, and now it's just, you know, it's a snowball. But
Yeah, because the people to look at next is the people that's connected to Heavenly and the people that's connected to Griffey, because when victims come out for shit like that, other victims become emboldened and more stories come out. So, like, give it probably the next couple of weeks, and more puzzle pieces are gonna like get put together with like certain cliques and behaviors. It'll probably be like some women that get thrown into that shit that are like active defenders of these niggas, like as well behind closed doors.
of course, because they want the clout, or they're like
Yep.
they're trying to cape to look cool in front of their fucking significant others. But you have to call this shit out when you see it, man, because I'm like, the nigga made, you don't make an apology video if you're not fucking guilty. Like it's that fucking simple. And the nigga basically, like, so in his first video, the nigga didn't really say anything. It was a whole bunch of fucking smoke and mirrors. The second video, he's like, well, if you want to distance yourself from me, if you don't want to fuck with me, you don't want to be my friend anymore, that's fine. And then 30 seconds later, that's when he goes on to say, I didn't do this, I never would have done this, and I'm not going to speak on this issue anymore. And I'm like, my nigga, you didn't speak on it a first time. Because basically what you said is, if you want to leave, leave. I'm not guilty. Bye. Like, you provided no evidence to counter any of the evidence that she put forth. You've also offered no real fucking evidence that corroborates your side of innocence. Like, you basically just said, I don't want to talk about it, so I'm not going to talk about it. Like,
Because I said it didn't happen, it didn't happen.
right. And I'm like, nigga, we supposed to stand on that? Like, we supposed to stand on that shit? Like, I ain't never...
Shit.
I ain't... right. Like, nigga, I've never had confidence in anything I say and then don't back it up or don't address it as many times as I need to. Like, nigga, that's a fear tactic, nigga. You're afraid of what's gonna happen. It's like, I'm not gonna talk about it. Just hopefully it goes away. Some bitch shit.
Yeah.
It's definitely not gonna go away.
No. Like the Hornet's neck, like that got shook, so they're in for a rude awakening. Like this, like Griffey's thinking that this shit's over. No, this is just the beginning.
Yo, like, his time's coming.
And I just want to talk about that bitch ass nigga, man, because like there was a time, like I think it was either 2-3 years ago at this point, where he got accused of something, and it came out that like the story was basically fabricated. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, I'm still gonna keep an eye on it, because you don't really throw that out there willy nilly, especially like the shit that he was accused of. But I kind of had moved past it, and now we come back, and this nigga's in spaces, like Twitter Spaces, talking about we should hold victims accountable if we don't get a verbal no. And
that makes no sense.
That makes absolutely no sense.
It works.
Like, assault is never the fault of the victim, for one. For two, my nigga, if you need a verbal no to know that you shouldn't do something, then that means you need a verbal yes to know that you should do something.
Which means you don't need to be doing shit.
Right, which
if
means
you
go ahead.
That's what that's telling me. Like, if you need a verbal yes or a verbal no, like when it comes to that type of shit, nah, you don't need to be doing a goddamn thing. You don't need to be touching nobody. You need to figure some shit out for yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you can't read between the lines, because usually you can tell when someone's vibing with you.
Right.
And even then, if you're not sure, I don't know, talk to them.
Right.
You know,
Vocalize,
be
nigga.
like, make sure you're on the same fucking page. Just moving in for a move that you're unsure about, and even then, you know, you get the no or the pull away. You know, bag your ass back and just find something else to do. It's really that simple.
Right.
But you know, niggas trying to coerce women into activities with them, that's just not right.
Yeah, like not at fucking all, man. And like my whole response, my whole issue with that response is like you really shouldn't be involved with anyone and you're unsure how to move around that person.
Absolutely.
Like that goes
Yeah.
for like sexual relationships, platonic relationships, professional relationships. If you are unsure how to proceed, you shouldn't be in the fucking equation. Now, with fucking Griffey and his statements, like, nigga crying, I don't give a fuck about them white woman tears, nigga. That don't do shit for me. But the nigga crying in spaces over his friend talking about we need to hold victims accountable. I'm like, nigga, accountable for what? She said she was
Being
assaulted.
a victim.
Right, she said she was assaulted. She said the nigga made her feel uncomfortable, showed chat logs, video, and proof, and this nigga offered nothing in return. What the fuck does she need to be held accountable for? And even going further than that, the nigga, like, he did an hour-long stream that basically equated to, you know, stop making me feel bad for my decisions. Like, that's literally what that fucking stream was. But there was a point in it where he's like, you can't blame Heavenly or any dude for that matter if they don't pick up on social cues. And I'm like, my nigga, if you picked up on social cues enough to think that it was okay to make a type of move, then you can pick up on social cues enough to know that you need to fucking stop and chill out. Like, that's simple. It's that simple. Cause like, I hate when niggas use that as an excuse. It's like, well, I can't pick up on body language. I'm like, so what the fuck made you think that it was cool to make an advance then if you can't pick up on body language or social cues? Like, explain that one to me. Talk to me, please. because I feel like we're missing some crucial steps in the fucking logic.
Yeah. Now, it's once people get caught in the shit, it's usually the reactions that you can pretty much use to verify how quickly you can say that, yeah, that nigga's guilty. Like, I mean, anytime, like, you get a twit longer with details and you got somebody coming through with just the fucking one video response, usually in a hoodie, where they're going, like, you know, those, like, who was that? The fucking makeup person.
James Charles?
James Charles. When that's pronounced right.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, when he got caught with his shit, they always have like these one where they get their hoodie on, no makeup on, sitting on either a yoga ball or something, and the light on. Yeah, the ring light. And they're just sitting there, they go through their little shit where they go about, I didn't know that this was a thing, but it sounds like this person is just doubling down at their own expense, which is just the stupidest thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because it sounds like got a career out of this.
Fucking Griffey definitely doubled down. And I saved the tweet because I want to repost it when, like, it's his turn up the bat. Because that nigga was basically saying, I said what I said, and I stand behind it, and I'm going to die on this hill. I screenshotted that shit because, like, I want to know how long that shit's going to last.
He kept saying that during, like, the hour stream yesterday because I popped in just to see, because people was like, oh, he crying on live and stuff. Let me see what they're talking about. And he, like you were saying, didn't address anything, just said, hey, this makes me uncomfortable. That's my man's. He would never do that, even though, you know,
he did.
Brought receipts that he, you know, clearly did. Then he kept contradicting himself, talking about, oh, he doesn't understand social cues and it's all her fault. Then he was like, oh, I don't victim blame, but let's blame this victim. Come on,
right.
bro. You got to stand on something.
Right. I'm like,
ground looking real shaky.
Like, you can't talk out both sides of your neck, man. Like, either stick to the narrative that Heavenly didn't do shit and you gonna stand by your mans, or push the narrative forward that we want to believe victims and uplift victims, because you get like, and it's a lot of shit that like a lot of these fucking content creators just straight up don't understand about just generally fucking PR in general. But
Oh yeah.
I'm like, my nigga, you have a platform of 3 million followers. Okay? You understand social cues. Nigga, you know how you were supposed to act in public fucking spaces. Like, nigga, that's something that you fucking know. So don't come to me with this bullshit about niggas don't understand social cues, because you niggas have made public appearances and not fucking sexually assaulted anybody, as far as we know. You niggas have been in the public eye at this point for 5+ years and not sexually assaulted anybody, as far as we know. So when y'all are all 25 and up, so what the fuck else is there for you to learn about social cues that you seem to be struggling with conveniently?
Yeah, it's a little too late to use the social cues argument, unless you want to just come out the next video and come out and say I'm autistic. And but I mean, even that is going to be on shaky ground. So.
Yeah. And I mean, hell, even then, that's on the spectrum. Everybody's some form of fucking autistic. LJ, what up, nigga?
Bro, what's good, man?
What's up,
I
man?
don't want to interrupt.
What's going on?
I'm like, you good, brother? You good?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
Not much, man. Turn your mic up a
What's
little.
up? What's up? Welcome to the podcast.
It's like I introduced you earlier, but he wasn't here. That is Shut Eye the Creative. Again,
Yes.
follow his shit, follow
Yes,
his
sir.
socials, all of that. But we were just talking about the long bitch Griffy response to all the shit that's been going down, man. Give it to me. What's your thoughts?
Oh man, this nigga tripping, bro. It's not even like, what are you doing? Like, I was a fan. You hurt me. You out here looking bad. Like, that is not okay, man. I was disappointed in him, man. That's not what we
100%
do.
going out sad.
You feel me? You feel me, bro? That's not okay. That's not okay. So that's my take. That's where I'm at.
Niggas is just going out terrible. And like I said, I just want to reiterate, man, anything like assault is never the victim's fucking fault. It don't matter what they did or said or what the fuck they were wearing or how they were feeling. Nigga, you made the decision to try and force yourself on somebody, and you gotta hold that. And I said it in the video earlier, I'm like, nigga, just because she was ready to fuck at 1 a.m. don't mean she gonna be ready to fuck at 5 p.m. You feel me? Like, you need consent every fucking time.
1:30, hell.
Right, 1:30,
Every yes has a
nigga.
time limit.
It changes. Like, you know, people can call audibles.
Yeah, because I'm like, as a dude, especially as a dude in a position of popularity, you have to have had somebody that you wanted to, like, you know, link with, hook up with, smash, date, pursue, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And then once you actually got there or got to know them, you changed your fucking mind. And everybody has the right to do that. The same goes with, you know, sex or flirtation. Nigga, just because she's
Not done that.
right, just because she's feeling some type of way now, don't mean she's gonna feel that same type of way 15 minutes later. And that's her right, nigga. You can leave a situation or alter a situation at any fucking moment, nigga. Anybody can do that. That's not exclusive to women. That's not exclusive to men. That's some shit that you can do, and you have to respect that shit. But the big issue is thinking that you don't have to because of who you are. Like, nigga, you like, I need all the black content creators, and especially the black anime content creators, to understand that you have a very niche audience. You are in a very niche lane. You are the best of the losers, nigga. Because you're not, like, your niggas be moving like they fucking Denzel and Michael B. Jordan and shit. I'm like, nigga, I could ask a random stranger on the side of the street who is Heavenly Controller? Ain't nobody gonna know who the fuck that is. It's a very.
I said I didn't know who the fuck that nigga was till like yesterday. So,
Yeah.
Like I said before, the name only, I thought he was a Twitter troll. That was it. I was like, oh, one of the popular Twitter trolls. That was it. I didn't know he had a status in anime, anything.
Yeah. And like, and it's especially funny because like, cause recently, even before this shit has been falling off, I'm like, my nigga, you got 400,000 subscribers, and your most recent video barely cracked 10K views after a month. Like, nigga, that shit, that's very telling. You know, like the engagement ain't there for some reason. And even then, out of all the fucking popular black content creators, I'm like, nigga, you're even bottom tier there. Because like I said, most people didn't know about you until this situation, and that's how they found out about you. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah, this is my first interaction or even knowledge of this person existing, so he didn't exactly earn a sub.
Right.
I've actually had this dude blocked for the last like 4 months, man. I've seen him pop up on my timeline a few times, and I had to block him off just the strength of just how weird dude is, bro.
Yeah.
And like, he says really weird things to women that is just like, whoa, bro. Like, I don't know if you remember that video of that girl crying, and she was talking about Chick-fil-A. Yeah,
yep. I told
he
him
commented
about it.
under that. Yeah, bro. So I'm over here like, bro, like that's wild. Like, I got to see that actually happen, and I was like, bro, what is? I'm gonna just have to block you. You just.
Nigga, you move weird. And like I put it out on Twitter, I was like, bro, I told niggas that he moved weird back in 2017, 2018. Because of that video and just basically how he interacts with like women in general, but more so like his fans as well. Cause I'm like, my nigga, you might be a celebrity in some spaces, but not the right spaces.
Right.
So
right.
like, you can't, even if you were a celebrity, then you can't just be assuming that niggas want to fuck you off the string. Like, especially nowadays, because niggas screenshot everything. People record everything. If you fuck up, it's going to be known, especially you having the audience that you fucking have. Same thing with Griffy.
Never go away.
Yeah.
Like, that's the part they also don't seem to just put in their head. When you put it out on the internet, it is there forever. And if you have clout, then people got screenshot. Like, somebody will have a screenshot of a tweet that you said. If you're like, you know, got enough of a following. So that's just what it is.
And I'm like, man, you gotta hold that. That shit comes with the territory of having, you know, a fan base or a following. And I'm like, you should act accordingly. And I'm like, I don't give leeway for fucking sexual assault anyway. But I'm like, if you niggas were like 18, 19 years old, you know, I kind of see you know, you fucked up. You thought it was something that it wasn't. You know, take your L, keep it pushing. These niggas are our age. Like, I think that's the biggest thing that needs to be said here. These niggas are 25 and up. I think the youngest one of these niggas is like 25. So, like, you should have known better at this point in your fucking life that somebody giving you signs that they don't want to do some shit is essentially a no. Especially nowadays with all the fucking with all the feminism going around. I can't think of a better way to word that. But like, with all of the feminism going around and basically the solidarity that people have with victims.
Oh yeah, Me Too changed the shit up.
Yeah.
The Me Too movement's changed that shit up. You can't get away with this kind of shit like you used to.
Right, just casually fucking molesting or assaulting people. And I knew I should have known some shit was up with Griffy a lot earlier than I did, but at the time I'm like, you know, okay, this is kind of funny. It's like, it's social commentary humor. But then the majority of the niggas' humor became, you know, jokes about women or jokes about feminism or rape or giving birth or just genuinely degrading the woke culture, quote unquote woke culture, or like super aggressive feminists and shit. So I'm like, you know, like that has its place and its nuance, but I'm like, my nigga, that's like the majority of your content. Now at this point, it's like every now and then you'll drop a video about anime or a video game. But like, I guarantee you, if I can go to your page right now, the first, maybe like out of the first 10 videos, 4 of them bitches is gonna be about like, you know, feminists or like some type of joke about women, something.
Oh god, he's doing the anti-feminist shit from like 2016 and 2015.
Yes.
Oh god, what a fucking scrub.
Yeah, man. Like,
God, I mean, no, we've moved on, brother. We've moved on.
like
You gotta, I mean, like that anti-feminist shit. Like, really, if you're going and doing anti-feminist shit in 2021, you're probably molesting or got one of these things in your closet.
yeah. And like, I knew the
absolutely.
I knew the nigga wasn't sincere about the situation with Heavenly and the victims, because like after that nigga got off stream, the motherfucker dropped the video. Like immediate, like bro, like as soon as this nigga hit end stream, his video had finished rendering, and I'm just like, bro, you really didn't give a fuck at all. And like,
Nope.
and like niggas
So
try
tripping for content.
right, and I'm like, niggas just basically try to fucking talk themselves out of a corner, and that shit never goes fucking well, because I'm like, you know, you want to die on that hill? Cool, die on that hill. I don't want to see no backpedaling when shit hits the fan and it's going in your direction, because you said that. You said all of this shit and you said you stood on it, so I want you to stand on it when it's your fucking turn. Cause at this point, nigga, you defending this nigga like you was the one touching women, and you probably were. That's why you're so adamant about defending this nigga, because you're projecting the shit that you can't do onto Heavenly, and y'all niggas just fucking weird, man. Like, why? Just take the rejection. It's okay. There are plenty of other women that look like or do the thing that you want the woman you want to do. And like, even with a verbal no, again, another point that I made, even with a verbal no, women have died for that.
Yeah.
Women have died for telling niggas no. So imagine the pressure that somebody feels in a group of like-minded niggas where she is one of 3 women, and it's like 7, 8 of you niggas, and all of y'all run in the same circle, do the same thing, produce the same type of content. Like, it's never, most of the time, you know, it's never as simple as just saying no. Because that's a legit risk for women. Because you motherfuckers are not used to not getting what you want. I've been talking
The entitlement. Like, men's entitlement has been killing women for years. That's just facts.
Another thing was, it's funny to watch how fast all the bridges burn between people who were just like doing the right thing, was like, hey, I either don't have a part in this or do not condone this at all.
Right.
And just mass exodus left that man alone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a couple of discords with other streamers and like people who have interacted with him starting in any capacity, and it's like, yeah, that name, don't bring it up here. That's a bannable offense now.
Right. Because I'm like, the first 2 people that I saw say some shit about it were Lotus Asakura and Lean and Cuisine.
Yeah.
Sorry. So like,
I saw their stuff later too. I saw Afro Senju said something about it, and then
Mighty Keith
I saw that. I saw his video.
Shit too. Like,
I didn't even see Mighty Keith's like shit yet.
Yeah, like he put out some tweets. I don't think that nigga's done a video on it yet, but I assume it's fucking forthcoming.
I didn't even think about
Like,
it.
they're both banned from DreamCon. Like, that's
Oh
dead.
yeah,
Yeah,
they knocked
that's
that off
clip.
immediately.
It's like RDC where it was like, nigga, we out here eating. Fuck that noise.
They out here, they just linked with J. Cole. They not taking no risk.
Right. And it's like, nigga, I cannot do this shit.
Like, it's like, y'all are good. Banned, no association.
Right.
Bag right there.
Clipped.
They hands is in too many bags to be out here even taking that chance. You are not that important, Griffy.
At all, nigga. At fucking all. Like, you niggas are so...
That's like 8 dudes that's eating. They can't, not even one can take that chance.
Right.
Yeah, probably. Like, let Leland pull some shit like that. That nigga's out the group immediately.
It's like, nigga, we'll holler at you. We're gonna go ahead and pack you up real quick, brother. You gotta go. You gotta fucking go. It's just like the speed at which niggas did it, cause like that nigga like I fucking love Lotus, but like that nigga put out a tweet at like 8:30 a.m. this morning. Was like, yo, if you rock with Heavenly or rock with Griffy, fuck you, don't come to my shit. I don't associate with the niggas no more. just cut and dry. I'm like, god
That's some
damn.
real shit. That's some real ass shit.
And that's how you gotta be, man. Cause like you don't want
Gotta
to be wrapped
respect
up
that.
in no shit like that, dude.
You gotta find a
On the
place
flip
to
side.
stand and
On the flip side, like I'm ready to see like about 3 months from now when the heat cools down and see who becomes secretly cool with that nigga again.
Right.
Cause that's gonna be another part. That's the part that people never want to talk about when like the fires like are down, like, you know, people then forgot about the shit. And then now it's like, okay, yeah, you know what? Yeah, come out to the show, bro. It's cool. Like, we could kick it. It's like, you know, we had to say something to get everybody off our back.
Right.
That's
Let them
coming.
pop up at DreamCon. Yo, I don't even want to put that in existence, but let's just say it happens.
Oh, good.
The game is flipped.
Good video action, brother. Good podcast topics.
Like, that'll be a calamity for those niggas if they let them in a DreamCon and nothing gets said or addressed.
So to that point, they pop up at any function. Whoever is attached to that function is now, you know, capable of being connected to that.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like I 100% agree with that, man. Cause I want to see if the shit sticks. Like that's really what I want to see. Cause like if a month, like you said, I don't even give it 3 months, nigga. I say a month from now. Like if a month from now, niggas is just cooling, kiki-keying and shit. Like I really don't want to do it, nigga. But like I can't rock with niggas that don't stand by their words, man. I can't.
No, there ain't nothing wrong
I've
with
seen
that.
it happen. I've seen it happen. Like, dead ass seen that shit happen.
Yeah.
Some people got like ousted, exodused, like just, you know, put away on social media over some very salacious accusations. Then months later, because I saw like tweets by people saying that they're not gonna work with them no more, they're not part of their label or company or whatever. Months later, I see an event being put up. That nigga's name is on the list, sponsored by said person that said they were kicking them off their label. Like, it's just like that.
I need some consistency, nigga. Like
Yeah.
Like y'all niggas gotta show me something. Y'all have to show me something. If you kick a nigga out, let them stay kicked out. If you stop supporting the nigga, stop supporting them entirely, nigga. Don't support them just because you believe they're doing better, nigga. Like don't do that shit.
Like, don't cut them off and be like, you know, I helped them out with some. No. Say you're getting that nigga some help. Don't be on some, they're cut off from all my shit, and then come around later trying to like reintroduce them to the fucking group just because you want to, like, you know, put some like bridges, like, because you don't want to burn no bridges. Now, if
Yeah,
you're gonna
see-
stick by him, then stick by him. But don't do that performative shit. That shit's super dangerous too.
Right.
Yeah. See, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's like because that shit makes you look just as bad. Like it don't really matter. Like it's just like, oh man, I cut them off now because that seemed like the thing to do. But you know, in the end, it ultimately don't matter because I fuck with them. So
Yeah, see, one of the things about these kinds of situations is that I often think about like the Michael Vick situation where like Mike Vick got caught up in his shit and he went and did the time. A lot of these YouTube niggas don't do the time. Like they don't do the time and then afterwards they don't show that they're actually doing any sort of growing after the fact. Like if he comes back after like some long hiatus, like he makes an actual apology video and actually says that I'm gonna learn from my mistakes, and then he starts doing some like shit to show that he's grown, then maybe you can start coming back and being around the nigga and start being like, you know, all right, maybe he's changed and some shit, and maybe he can start building back from there. But a lot of motherfuckers online, when it comes to YouTube celebrities, they always, well, I use celebrity loosely here, but fucking, they just accept a word rather than actual action. and like we need action behind here.
Right.
They want their
Before you-
content.
Yeah,
They don't give a fuck about the people that's hurt. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, nah, fuck them. I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck about what they did. I want my YouTube video.
Yeah, see, that's why Michael Vick is my barometer for this shit. Like, Vic actually went to fucking jail,
Went to
and he
prison,
actually
got
went to
out,
prison.
started doing a whole bunch of shit for the Humane Society.
Exactly.
Like, that nigga actually made fucking changes, and like that's what we have to. That's what we have to hold other niggas accountable to as well, man.
Exactly. Like, I mean, like, just like they get a word from James Charles, and like all of a sudden, James Charles is still back to #1 on trending and making some of the more popular videos and shit. Like, fucking one of the Paul brothers, maybe both, have had situations like these before.
Both,
And
No, for a
like
fact it's Jake.
both. Yeah. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
Logan.
See,
Definitely both, but definitely Logan. I think Logan was the one who did the Suicide Force, right?
yeah, that was.
yeah, that's right. And it's just like he comes out with a video saying, I take suicide seriously. And the next month he's fucking boxing somebody and making millions of dollars. It's like, you know, and getting the same kind of fanfare that he always has. Like, you can't do that. You got to show some actual effort. I don't know what the fuck it is about this current, like, God, I sound old. The current generation, but fucking, like
they
they'll just accept that shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Because like niggas give.
Accountability.
Yeah, there isn't any. Because like niggas give passes to motherfuckers that they like. And like it's the same shit with damn, I forgot that bitch's name. Amber Heard. Or
Yeah.
like when the shit with Jeffree Star came about, I'm like, you got all these people saying we forgive you when you weren't part of the afflicted group. Like I don't want to hear.
Can't forgive anything we weren't ones addressed.
Yeah, like I don't want to hear all these corny ass niggas saying we forgive Heavenly Controller and we forgive Griffy. Nigga, I want the women that they hurt to say
Yeah.
we forgive these niggas. Because like when shit like this goes down, I need 2 or 3 major things to happen. You have to actively show progress that you're going in the opposite direction. I need an apology to the afflicted group and acceptance and forgiveness from that afflicted group or person. Other than that, you just talking shit. Don't waste my time with it. Like I don't need a
Exactly.
fucking public apology video, you know, niggas where they do the deep sigh, all that fun, all them fake ass tears, nigga. No, bro. Like you're not doing anything. Like a lot of niggas don't even apologize to the people that they affected. So like it's I just like people gotta stand their ground, man. Like that's the real issue. Like niggas think that just because you like him that should be enough. That absolves him of all guilt. And like that's not how that shit fucking works.
Griffey found out the hard way with that one.
Facts.
Yeah.
Not to mention, just made himself look like an even bigger weirdo. But you know, that's his cross that he has to bear. So
Yeah. But just hold niggas accountable, man. Stop giving
Yeah.
fucking passes to niggas just because you like some shit that they do, nigga. Anybody, like as fucking rude as that shit sounds, anybody can do what they do. It's really just about, you know, being in the right circles and having your shit promoted at a frequency and in the right places. Like that's really it. Like nigga, there is ultimately nothing special about what Heavenly Controller or Long Beach Griffy does. There's just some people may not have access to the resources that they do, but quite literally anybody can do skits. Nigga, there have been multiple websites centered around niggas doing short skits with
not
comedy.
to mention, it's always a new fucking hot person. So
Yeah.
you know, with them going away, it'll be new people to fill that place. It's always new funny people popping up out of nowhere.
Right.
That's just what it is. I also have like a unique take too.
What's that?
Like, you know, it's just if you want to stand by your friend, you can do that. You don't gotta dress it up. You could just be like, you know, my friend is a piece of shit, and I want to get them the help that they need. You can do that. It's not pretty,
Right.
but you don't have to like gloss over and pretend like your friend didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like-
That's the big part of it. Don't fucking sit here and lie or try and make up shit in order to try and defend them. You can just as easily just say, yeah, you know what? If the allegations are true, then then he fucked up. But I'm gonna stand by him and I'm gonna try and get him the help
Right.
that he needs.
'Cause
It's
I'm
just
like,
that easy.
If you were his actual fucking friend, you would be there to set that nigga right.
Exactly.
Because I'm like, nigga,
Right.
being somebody's friend doesn't mean just blindly accepting the shit that they do. And I think that's where like a lot of like younger folks or like people who felt marginalized at some point in their lives think just because you have some type of commonality with a nigga that, you know, that goes with fucking blind loyalty. Because I'm like, if any of y'all niggas in this call right now did some shit like that, you know, obviously, you know, I'm gonna, you know, get in touch with you about the shit, and I'm gonna be like, you know what? I know that's not you. You probably fucked up. Admit that you fucked up. Do better. It's
Exactly.
like that's what it is. I'm not like, nah, that nigga didn't do that. Akil would never fucking kill somebody, or LJ would never throw a baby off the cliff. Like, nigga, I don't know what y'all niggas do in y'all free time, man. Like, I'm not around you niggas 24/7, so I can't put nothing above y'all or put nothing beneath y'all. So I'm just like, you know, if you fucked up, you know, we gonna talk about it, obviously, because that's what niggas do.
Right.
And we gonna make this shit right. It's that simple. Like, stick by your friend, but in a good way. Like, don't devote yourself to your friend's bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because you're friends doesn't mean you have to accept everything that your friend does.
Yeah,
I feel like if you're really friends, you should be able to call someone out if they do something wrong.
right. You should be the first one, really.
Exactly.
like
Absolutely.
because you're closer to that person, so they're more likely to listen to you. It's like, nigga, the smart thing to do in this situation would have been like, hey, bro, first of all, terrible video, terrible takes. Get off the fucking internet, come talk to me. We gonna get this shit right, and you gonna come back the right fucking way.
That's just, I mean, it's all about accountability. That's really what it all boils down to. It's just all about accountability. If you can't hold your idol, I guess, the person that you're a fan of, accountable, or your friends accountable, then what really are they? What do you really hold them as? You know, like,
Niggers.
yeah.
Niggers. That's it.
I thought you were just gonna cut it from there.
No, like that's what you hold them as. You hold them as niggers.
Okay, yeah. Well, get out the gold chains.
Oh my fucking god.
Teeth. It's about to get real niggery around here.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I thought I smelled chitlins.
That's big. Oh my fucking god. That's business as usual for us.
Yeah.
Noodle Soup, Shut Eye the Creator. Appreciate y'all coming on.
Appreciate
to the
you.
podcast. Again,
You
go
guys passing
follow.
us.
Go follow their fucking socials. Noodle Soup is spelled with 2 O's, so it's NOODLSOOP. Go follow their shit. They do cool things.
I'm illiterate.
Yeah.
Get up.
But that's it, man. Like, we will see y'all
That's the
next
cast.
week for an in-person episode. If Dent don't want to like move to Texas and get his penis touched perpetually,
Oh, that's crazy.
It's that fucking taco meat, man.
crazy, but
You know.
not wrong.
See y'all next week.
Where Dent won't be here.
Right.
Out of pure frustration.